Hi and welcome to Vanessa Herrera's classroom. Today I'll be teaching you how to find the domain and range in a graph. So the domain and range is part of the relationship in variables in an equation. So like for an example here in the x and y table, all the domains would be in the x, the range would be in the y. In the x and y table, the domain would be the biggest and lowest number, and for the range would be the biggest and lowest number as well. The x is the input, like the domain is the input, and y is the output, like range is the output. Remember, on the graph, domain are the points domains are the points on the farthest left and the farthest right, horizontally, always on the x-axis. And the range is the highest and lowest point on the y-axis, so vertically. An example of how to find these would be in this graph. So first we're going to find the domain. In the domain you see where is the point that is the farthest to the left. So here it's on 0. Remember, only look in the x-axis. So 0. And to the farthest right it stops at 4. So up here. So horizontally. Your domain would be 0 and positive 4 because that's where it starts and where it ends on the x-axis. To find the range, remember it's lowest to high. So on the y-axis it starts at 2 and it goes all the way up to 6 and stops at 6. So the range is positive 2 and positive 6. Notice how they're all in brackets. This was a mistake. 0 is also supposed to be in a bracket. But they are all in brackets because they are specific points. They're accurate. If it was a number like positive infinity or negative infinity, it'd be in a parentheses because those aren't specific points. You don't know exactly where it stops because it's going to keep going and going. Also, if you see how these are solid points, if they were an open circle, you'd also put a parentheses for that point because it's not exact. You don't know exactly where it stops. And these are the domain and ranges. In a real-world situation, using domain and range would be a problem like this. If you're pumping air into a balloon, how much air until it pops? Well, the air would be the input, and the output would be the balloon when it pops. And that is the end of how to find domain and range. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe. Thanks.